It is 5 after the hour, 71 degrees in downtown Sylacauga, and Billy Carden, candidate for City Council District 5, joins us this morning. And Billy, good morning to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
It's good to have you with us. And you actually thought about running for District 5 before.
About 8 years ago, I'd heard Doug might run for mayor at that time, and I went and talked to him, and he said he wasn't going to, so I kind of backed off. And me and Doug been friends for 40 years, so I was just waiting my time.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Doug announcing his run for the mayorship, which will vacate District 5. See, where is District 5 anyway?
It's basically part of Pinecrest, back toward Forest Glen Road, out towards Skipper Hill area, and back for the airport out through that area.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good sized area.
Yeah. Billy, most of you know, successful businessman here in Sylacauga. He and his wife Mona operate several businesses in town. When did you begin to think seriously, well, this can be my time as a candidate for District 5?
Well, like I said, about the first of the year, I heard that Doug might possibly run for mayor. So I started sort of kicking it around, getting it in mind if I wanted to do this, you know. 'Cause I had some surgery a couple of years ago, and it kind of makes you wonder if you need to have this pressure or this headache at times. But I didn't really decide till probably, I'd say, a month ago that this is what I thought I wanted to do, and maybe help Sylacauga in some way, because I've seen it grow, I've seen it falter, and I just like to think maybe I can have some input into what's going to happen in the future for Sylacauga and kids and grandkids.
For those of you who may not know Billy Carden, who is Billy Carden? A little bit about your background.
Born and raised in Sylacauga, spent 3 years in service, 15 of that in Korea. Fortunately, I didn't go to Vietnam, but spent 15 months there. Got out and got married and had a couple of children, and went to work at Dixie Color for 27.5 years.
Remember those days, don't you?
Oh, I'm telling you, they were some tough days, but some happy days and good days. But we survived it, and then me and Mona, sorry I had a divorce, and stayed single for 10 years, and met Mona, and we dated for 5 and got married in '88, and '90 we started a full-time business.
Well, she cleaned you up real good.
She did. She made me look good. He made me look halfway decent.
Being a businessman in Sylacauga for a number of years, and of course you worked at Dixie Color for many years. We've had businesses, large and small, come and go in Sylacauga. What do you feel like that you can bring to the table as far as hopefully attracting new businesses and new people to Sylacauga?
Well, like everybody talks about, we need change. To have change, you've got to have growth, I think. And growth means either doing with your infrastructure what you have already, build on it, and bring in new industry to create jobs, which creates a better tax base. And I hope that I have a few ideas that we might could throw on the table and maybe make that happen.
Talk about District 5 itself, some of the issues that you see there you'd like to be a part of helping to get better.
Well, in riding around in the business I'm in, I'm pretty well all over Sylacauga, and street maintenance is one of the areas that we need for the whole city. Clean streets, to me, that's an impression on people when they drive through the town as to whether you have grass in the gutters or trash and it's not there, and they come back through 2 days later and it's still there, then I think it gives you a negative attitude about what the city's doing and how they're taking care of their city. But we need to work, everybody needs to work together. You know, I feel like that if you cut your grass, you need to pick it up and move it out of the streets and make it look nice. And we don't have that, you know, and hopefully I can make some input into that area is to make our city more attractive for industry to come in. You know, we have a great school system, great library, and we've got a great infrastructure here already. We just need to build on it, and hopefully I might be part of that.
You mentioned something to me that I had forgotten about, and I think a lot of other people have forgotten about it too. At one time there was a big push to get Shelby and Talladega counties connected with some sort of bridge, and you brought that up the other day.
I did. I think that would be a great access for Sylacauga and Talladega County and Shelby County to move traffic in the industry, because it would connect us with I-65, and instead of going to I-459 to hit it you 20 minutes away from here to.
And my question was, can this be done?
Well, you got to have two counties get together, and you got to have the landowners be willing to sell the land for it to happen. You know, and I think one of the kickbacks before that everyone on the land on the Shelby County side didn't want to sell it, and that's probably what put it in the file 13. But just recently I've heard that they are willing to talk about it, and hopefully it will come to pass that we can make that happen.
Small business. You're a part of a small business, and a small business has a lot of clients, but the mom and pop type businesses, they're important to Billy Carden as well.
Very much so. You know, we've been able to diversify our little business we started out with, and in a small town, I think diversity is the key to being successful. And we've had a couple of bad years. You know, I'm not going to kid you about it. You know, 9 and 10 were some tough years, and I think being diversified, we were able to keep our head above the water, as the saying goes. But you have to have a good business. You have to have a repeat business, because that's the lifeline of any small business, repeat business. And we've been fortunate enough to do that.
How does being a successful business person and knowing about the dollars and cents, which is the bottom line, and bringing that to the table as a city councilman in District 5, how can that help?
Well, that's kind of a tough question. You know, I've never been a politician before. This is the first time I've ever run, so I don't know all the ins and outs of what it would take to get the industry in here. But small business depends on people working. You know, if they don't have the dollars to spend, they're going to have to do something. And if the jobs is not there, then you don't spend money. And I hope that with some of the ideas that I might be able to bring to the table that will help increase the chances of getting new business and build on what we already have.
Can we talk briefly about some of the ideas that Billy Carden has if elected to District 5?
Well, again, we're talking about the bridge over Coosa River. I think the completion of the 4-lane to Anniston or to I-20 would improve our chances of getting industry, because it provides a quick access and access out of Sylacauga and Talladega County, and I think that would be an improvement if we could get that done.
I don't know if that thing.
Well, I heard
it's been going on forever.
It's supposed to have been completed in '96. I don't know if that's completely true or not, but it's been going on for a long time, and it's something that definitely we need to at least take a look at and see if we can push some people into that direction to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I hope to do. Another thing that I feel like each councilman needs to go into the city and talk to the small business people and get their ideas on what we can do to make their business grow and make it better, and help, in turn, going to help Sylacauga with a better tax base, because taxes is what keeps us moving and paving the streets, and you've got to have the dollars and cents coming in.
So getting involved with the local businesses where really ideas stem from to maybe help better grow our city.
It will. I definitely think it will. You know, if you get one idea that provides something that's going to bring tax base in, then you've improved it some. Maybe just a minute bit, but you've improved it, I think. And another big advocate that I like is a sports complex. You know, I've been to other towns that's got sportsplex smaller than Sylacauga, and they bring some people into town when they have these state tournaments. I think the last state tournament we had was about 4 years ago, and Alex City, it seems like to me every year, every other year, they're getting 1 or 2, and And the last one I was at down there, my grandson was playing in the Cal Ripken, and there was probably 3,000 or 4,000 people there. And you know, you go into a restaurant and all these people sitting there, that's tax dollars.
Do you think it's been so difficult for Sylacauga to capitalize on this? It's been talked about a long, long time.
Well, it always, every 4 years, it jumps on the table, but then soon as it's over, it's on the back burner again. And I hope that, and like I said, jobs is priority one, I think. But the sports complex may be number 2 on my list. And I hope that we can probably make it come to pass. And maybe not in the 4 years that I'll be in there, but maybe get it started and get it moving. And my understanding is that the Parks and Recs have found a place to put it. We just got to come up with the money to do it, and grants and donations hopefully will make it happen. And I think it would be a great access for Sylacauga to have a real nice.
The 280 corridor that's been talked about bringing anchor stores in and new development on 280, and you know, we've had a run and start at it a couple of times, and both times it's failed. Is there hope for that area out there to?
I think there's probably hope for it. I just feel like it's according to what kind of business you bring in. You know, you don't want to bring a clothing store in, it's going to take away from the dollars downtown. You know, you're splitting your dollar again and again and again.
So a specialty type
stores that would be something different than what we already have.
Well, we certainly don't have a movie theater.
That's true. That's true. And I used to work at the old drive-in a long time ago. I know how important it.
You didn't have one of them flashlights, did you?
I did. But I never did use it.
Okay. Okay. Billy Carden, candidate for City Council District 5, our guest this morning. The final moments with Billy. Why should they vote for you on August 28th?
Well, I have the interests of Sylacauga at heart. I want to see it grow and be a better place for everybody. That's what I hope to bring, and if people give me a chance to, that's what I'm going to do. You can rest assured that whatever I vote for will be in the best interest of Sylacauga.
Okay. Billy, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Right. Yeah. More on Daybreak in just a moment.